Who do you think that Paige belongs with before the press conference?
Yeah, goodness, I feel like she just doesn't belong with either character. You know, she's so confused and so new to this, and you know, even though she's at the end there, before this scene takes place, she's kind of put in a really uncomfortable position where Nina basically tells her, like, people like you together, stay together for press. And so even if she's not dating Rainer, then she has to look like she's with him, so either way she's losing Jake. So I feel like she should just keep them both mellow and try and figure out her own shit and, you know, concentrate for a minute, because clearly she's very lost and does not know how to handle these kind of situations she gets herself into.
Wait, Paige.
What do you guys make of the press conference interruption and what she just said that she doesn't belong with either?
Well, as an advocate for Rainer, I think that, and I respect that answer, Bella, but I would make an appeal that I think that Rainer and Paige belong together. I don't know. I do.
Have you guys talked to Marlene at all about what happens? Because there's quite the cliffhanger at the end of this episode. So do you know, or can you anticipate or guess?
I mean, we're at all the live tweets we're doing. It's the time where the cast is together every week, and I find that every time we end up doing a live, we start just throwing out theories of what we think that season 2 is going to have, and what we think is.
Was that a season 2 confirmation?
No, it's definitely not.
No.
We're
Okay.
still figuring that out. Yeah, I mean, we're throwing around theories. I have a lot of ideas on what I want Jake to be, but I'm not a writer, or I am a writer, but I'm not a writer on this show.
What kind of theories?
I think that there's a lot more layers to Jake that you haven't seen. Jake sometimes can play on the politics. He can play on the ties. He plays on the House of Cards vibes a little bit.
Those are dark vibes.
Yeah, I think darker than people. I mean, but this is literally. I preface this by saying I've been told nothing.
Yeah.
The truth is that we are hanging on that cliff with the audience. We don't know.
Yeah, we
So
really are.
you've not talked to any of the writers. You haven't talked to Marlene.
Oh, we have. They
She
just won't
hasn't.
say anything.
Would you want to do a season 2?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course. Oh, yes. There's so much growing room for our characters to do, definitely. But, you know, you'll hear about one.
Rick says, Bella, if this series was real and you were Paige, who would you choose?
Personal preference, I would choose Rainer, just because I've dated somebody that wasn't in the industry, and that gets really tricky. And at least with Rainer and stuff, like, he gets it, the paparazzi, you know, when she sees the photos of them together, and she's like, oh my god, and he's like, he just blows it off, which is really what you have to do. So I feel like for Paige to kind of find her way in Hollywood, to navigate through the right people, it would be really smart of her to have Rainer by her side, because obviously you can see he truly does care, but you know, at the same time too, it's like her and Jake have that special bond that you guys are like, you know, if you're not dating or married, you're best friends till death, like, and that's like a whole nother strong bond, so it's hard.